Welcome to Social Media Manager Confidential, your go-to for real talk, practical tips, and insider knowledge to build a business on your terms. Whether you're juggling kids at home or living out your Emily in Paris dreams. I'm Shantae Garman, an award-winning social media manager and agency owner of Sugar Punch Marketing. I created this podcast to recognize the real hard work behind social media management and to give you the strategies, perspective, and conversations you won't hear anywhere else. So grab your drink of choice, get comfy, and let's chat. Welcome back to Social Media Manager Confidential, the podcast where we go beyond the fluff and break down what it really takes to build a profitable, sustainable social media management business. This is the first episode of season 2, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to be back. There's been a complete rebrand for Sugar Punch Marketing, which means the podcast needed a makeover too. We have new cover art, new intro and outro music, a new recording space, which you can see if you are watching the video on YouTube. If you're curious about the rebrand and everything that went into it, including the strategy, the development, decisions that were made, I'll link you to where you can dig into that in the show notes and video description. Today, I'm telling you the real truth about growing as a social media manager in 2025. No fluff, no sugarcoating it, just straight facts. So here's what's happening in the industry. More people are entering social media management because it's a low barrier industry. Business owners have been burned by bad social media managers and are way more selective about who they hire. And the economy is tough, which means clients are prioritizing ROI over everything else. So if you want to stand out in 2025, you need a portfolio or strong social proof. Businesses want proof that you can deliver results. You need a pricing model that makes sense for ROI, that's return on investment if you're not familiar with that. Clients won't pay premium rates without seeing a return. They want to know that the money that they're putting into the service is actually going to come back to them and then some, right? We don't want to be making bad investments. You need a high value service offer that makes your work indispensable and the ability to adapt to an industry that's shifting fast. You need all of these things in order to be successful in 2025. So let's break down what it actually takes to grow this year. We need to prove that we know what we're doing. So if you're freelancing or running a social media management business, you need a portfolio or a strong social media presence, ideally both. Businesses aren't just hiring based on vibes anymore. They've seen too many social media managers overpromise and underdeliver. So here's what that means for you. If you already have client work, build a case study or portfolio. You want before and afters, growth stats, strategy breakdowns, not just screenshots of what everything looked like, but how did it perform? How does it affect the strategy? What were the actual results the client was after? If you don't have clients yet, your own social media should showcase your expertise. Let's say you're pitching a real estate agent. So instead of just saying, I can grow your Instagram, you can either send them a case study showing how you helped another realtor grow their audience and generate leads, or a sample post you created that explains how to use Instagram stories for real estate. Which one do you think is more convincing? It's going to be the proof, not just the pitch. So to put this into action, I want you to create sample work using real brands as case studies. Even if they aren't actual clients, you can analyze their marketing and offer strategic insights. A lot of people do this no matter the industry. Hooks that you can use are if so-and-so were our management client. If I created a strategy for so-and-so, here's what that would look like. You can also turn your own content into a case study, track your growth, test different strategies, and document what works. Now, number 2, pricing needs to reflect ROI, return on investment, not just your time. So here's where a lot of social media managers struggle with pricing. Most people price their services based on how much time it takes them, what other social media managers are charging, fear of pricing too high. And I have a video myself, I teach this a lot, is calculating your prices based on how much time it takes. But there's something else to consider now in addition to doing that. Businesses that are going to hire you are doing so thinking about their own ROI, their own return on investment. If they're paying you $2,500 per month, By month 6, they'll ask how much revenue has social media generated? Has brand awareness translated into leads? Would this money be better spent elsewhere? If they can't justify the investment, they'll cut the expense. So here's how to price yourself sustainably. Expand your services to increase ROI potential. That means you can offer email marketing, chatbot automations, or paid ads alongside organic social. You can set ROI-focused goals. Instead of just increasing engagement, show how content translates into conversions. Partner with sister services, work with web designers, brand strategists, and copywriters whose clients need ongoing marketing. So for example, let's say you work with a business coach selling a $5,000 program. If your marketing brings in one new client per month, they've made $5,000. Over 6 months, that's $30,000 from your efforts. That's a clear ROI for your $15,000 price tag over the 6 months. If you frame your services in terms of ROI, clients will be more willing to invest. You don't have to offer full management. You can offer alternative services. Not every business is ready to outsource everything, but they still need help. Here are high-value services you can offer that don't require full management. A social media audit and strategy, or social media strategy consulting, which is a 60-minute call where you review their content, provide a strategy, and then you let them execute it. There's also content calendar planning, so you could build out a full content plan with topics, captions, post formats, so they have a roadmap to follow, but they're doing the execution themselves. There's also one-off launch campaigns, so you could create a 3-month content strategy for product launches, program launches, seasonal promotions. So an example of this, I had a client who wasn't ready for full management but needed a content strategy and a content calendar. So they got a roadmap, I got paid, and I wasn't stuck in execution mode. If you want a full episode on alternative social media management services, let me know. I'm happy to do that. Client experience matters more than you think. So a lot of social media managers are great at content, but what keeps clients renewing? You want to over-communicate. Give clients updates before they need to ask about anything. Be proactive. If engagement drops, come with solutions, not just problems. Have grit and determination. Social media is always evolving. Clients need a social media manager who adapts and figure things out. One of my longest term clients told me, "We stayed with you because we never had to wonder what was happening with our content. You always had a plan." And that's the difference between a freelancer and an indispensable partner. The reality in 2025 is that it is a tough economy that we need to navigate. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The economy is rough right now. Businesses are hesitant to invest unless they see clear value. So here's how to still book clients. You want to make your offer essential. Position your services as a business investment, not just a social media expense. Lean into long-term relationships. You want retainers and ongoing contracts instead of one-off projects, which if you need the money coming in, one-off projects are totally fine, but the retainers and the ongoing contracts are really what's going to help you build sustainably. And also be adaptable. The social media managers who offer strategy, not just content, will have the most staying power this year. So let's recap what it actually takes to grow as a social media manager in 2025. Prove your expertise. Build a strong portfolio or social presence that attracts clients. Price for ROI, not just effort. Businesses want to see how their investment in social translates to real growth. Offer more than just posting. Strategy, consulting, and expansion services increase your value. Master client experience, clear workflows, proactive communication, and problem solving keeps clients renewing, and adapt to the economy. You position your services as an investment, not an expense. If you want to build a portfolio that actually gets clients, create smarter content strategies based on sales psychology, set up client management workflows that make your business run smoothly, check out my on-demand masterclasses and done-for-you templates at shop.sugarpunchmarketing.com. The case study template is one of the most popular because when clients see proof, they're way more likely to book. That's a wrap. If you loved this episode, leave a review wherever you're listening. It helps more social media managers find the show, and every month I'm gifting one reviewer a free class, template, or bundle. Screenshot your review, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at Sugar Punch Marketing for a chance to win. Need more support? Come hang out in the free SMM lounge, grab my best freebies, or check out my masterclasses and templates. It's all linked in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.